Now I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this one, but just hear me out before you do anything. Let me start by saying I love the original Broly. I think he's one of the most badass characters, and his first and second movies are some of my favorite in the franchise. We don't talk about the third one.
Try!
As you guys know, I mostly view things from a story perspective. I love great character stories. The stories have to make sense and I can get behind that. That being said, Dragonball Super Broly's story is better than Dragonball Z Broly's. Let me explain.
I'm going to bathe in your blood.
Well, it's actually very simple. Broly in Dragon Ball Z hates Goku because he cried next to him.
Bruh.
Whether you agree with me or not, you gotta admit that's really, really dumb. Dragon Ball Super Broly has a far better story, and his beef isn't with Goku at all. It's actually with Vegeta, which I like because it's King Vegeta's fault all of this happened anyway.
Who is this child? What is he doing in the same room as my son?
And the first person Broly attacks in Dragon Ball Super Broly is Vegeta. I'm a little conflicted on the legendary Super Saiyan thing because it offered explanation as to why Broly is so powerful in the original one, but in Super he gets the craziest ass pull power boost and I will never be okay with that. I mean, come on, grade 8 Broly power beating God Vegeta.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Come on now, that's really dumb. But his story is overall better than the originals. He's not angry about someone crying next to him. His fight with Gogeta is one of the best in the entire series. And he's alive now, so we can see him become a true powerhouse in the later stories of Dragon Ball Super. I just hope he doesn't suffer from the good guy syndrome. Now you're probably asking,
what is the good guy syndrome?
The good guy syndrome is whenever a person in a movie or TV show is a villain, they are incredibly powerful, giving the hero the hardest challenge that they possibly can. And all of a sudden, when that person becomes a good guy, they start to get their asses whooped. They have no part in the story. They continuously get beaten down. They become a joke of the franchise. It's a running gag that's been going on in media for the longest time. So let's hope that that is not Broly. Also, the clothes he wears has a backstory. The fur is from his best friend on the planet that they were trapped on, and he never forgot him. And he has the Saiyan clothes that his father killed from the Saiyan that escaped with them before Planet Vegeta blew up. I mean, you can't lie, his story is better. He had a great connection with his father, which ultimately led to his father being the reason he transformed in Super Saiyan. In the original one, him and his father didn't really have a great connection because Broly just kills him in the end. And it kind of comes out of nowhere, but it's because Paragus feels his son is a monster.
Now that I can't control you anymore, my dear son Broly, you are nothing to me. You are just a thought in the back of my head. I'm sorry, son, but you'll die with this planet. No, if this keeps up, Broly will be killed. I can't let that happen. Then it'll all be over.
If you feel your son's a monster, why did you save him all that time ago? Start raising him? It kind of comes out of nowhere when Paragus betrays him in the original, and you have to be honest about that. Here, Paragus is dealt better. This is one of the few times I think Toriyama did far better than the original. Now, I will never be okay with Dragon Ball Super Broly being on par with Super Saiyan Gogeta's power. After all, Goku and Vegeta have been training for decades before Broly came along. Broly only trained with his father, whose power level was very pitiful, might I add.
And yet, Broly has never actually fought another person, correct?
Only during training matches with me.
But fighting against someone of your power level is practically meaningless.
So him catching up to Super Saiyan Gogeta does not make sense. And there is no more legendary Super Saiyan Broly. He's just Super Saiyan now. They got rid of that whole legendary aspect. So him being that strong really makes no sense. But I'm not here for the power scaling aspect. I'm speaking specifically from a story standpoint. And from the story standpoint of Dragon Ball Super Broly versus Dragon Ball Z Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, you have to admit Dragon Ball Super has a better story for Broly, and it's only getting started. So those are my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think down below. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this video, but I like to speak the truth, and that's the truth. So guys, that's all I got.
Bye then, I'll see you all later.